marks the change to the social purpose side of the conference. And our first speaker on that is Catherine Ross, and she's going to talk to us about the social impact of blockchain and how the technology can be used for social purpose. And by golly, she should know. She is the assistant editor-in-chief at Cointelegraph, right? Just think about how much stuff she sees as a result. She was also responsible for a lot of their brand and voice. Can't believe how much we use Cointelegraph now. And actually being assistant editor-in-chief, which means that we take that information, that's a huge responsibility, right? You're shaping how I think. Maybe that's going a bit far, but it certainly is an influence, which I do appreciate, but probably nobody better to help with that. So before that, she was simultaneously interpreter intern at the United Nations Refugee Agency and a volunteer in the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent. She's writing a book about the human side of the people in crypto. And a little known fact, she sings beautifully. Let's encourage her to sing. Catherine Ross.
You're too kind, Eric. Eric, by the way, has been doing a great job, so that's a good choice. I want to be honest with you. I don't have slides. It's not because I did not prepare them. Trust me, I'm an assistant editor-in-chief. I'm a control freak. I have them. I just decided to go another way. As I work with content, I just decided to tell you a story. The thing is that I know that it's an investors conference, and you're probably not very interested in what I have to say because you're probably here to make money. And that's understandable, of course. I appreciate it, your honesty. But I would like to tell you a story, because it's all about the story, you know. So story number one about the payment and about the ledger. 2 years ago, I am from Belarus. 2 years ago, I was still living there, and I found out that I had 2 tumors. And so I don't want to go into details. It's all very sad and whatever. I'm still here. I'm fine. So, and the thing is that there was a mix-up because of the overpopulated and overcrowded hospitals in Belarus. There was a mix-up with my documents. There was a mix-up with my data. And they did the right surgery. Thank you for that. But they did treat me wrong for the very first week after the surgery, which was essential for my health. And I wonder if there was only a way for me to have an access to my data, right? And so I can control it, and so I have it in one place. And I wonder what would that be, right? So the second part of this story is that I am right now working in the crypto industry, and my parents are still in Belarus. And I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's not Russia. And yeah, it's a different country with different legislation, with different president, which is famous for being not very democratic. So in order to send money there, my parents are still there. And in order to send money there, you have to go through a very difficult process, and you have to pay a lot of taxes. And at the same time, my parents are in danger because they would be asked, where did I get money from? So it's very, it's very difficult and it's very confusing. And at the end, if you want to help your family that is out there in Eastern Europe, it's practically impossible to do so. And so I came back home to visit my parents, and I showed them blockchain info. I showed them how you can set up a wallet and how you can simply transfer money from one place to another. And so this is a good thing because my mother got so interested that right now she's pitching me. Can you imagine how many pitches I get every day? And so in my Telegram, mom be like, have you seen that? You guys need to cover that. And I was like, okay, mom, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. And so if we did not cover that, she comes back and is like, why did you guys not cover that? It's like my inbox all over again. Thank you, mom. So yeah, you see, there is some impact there. Story number 2 about the burden. It's all a very sad story. I had a friend. Her name was Stella. I met her 2 years ago, and she had terminal cancer. And so she was very beautiful, and she was supposed to become an actress. And I'm talking Russian beauty here, so, she was very beautiful. And she was a great human being, and she wanted to make the difference in the world. But then again, she found out that she had terminal cancer, and they told her that she has a week to live. Unfortunately, Fortunately, she had more than that. She lived a year after that. But she decided to go public. I did not go public. I did not share it. I just couldn't make it. I didn't have time and power to share the story with the world, and I didn't think people would care. But Stella decided to go public, and so she decided to inspire people with the time that she had to do something, to talk about the stories, how important it is to be present, to be awake, to help people. And and she decided to ask for money. Not in a sense that she needed that for clothes or travels. She needed that for the treatment, which is very expensive with her type of cancer. It was a blood cancer. So, and she couldn't make it in Russia, so she had to go all over the world and had those treatments. And at first, people were all, okay, sure, we're going to help you. Of course, you're sick. We're here to help you because that's what people do, right? That's what people do. They help each other. But then somehow, I don't know what, but something went wrong. And she got a lot of criticism for spending those money not in a proper way, for spending those money on traveling or on clothes, on cosmetics or whatever, because she's very pretty and she was using Instagram to inspire people about the way that she lived, even with cancer. And the burden here, I'm not saying that if she knew about the blockchain, she would live. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if we had a platform, a decentralized platform, something wrong with my mic? Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, so nobody was listening to me. Nice. Hey, guys. And so if only there were a platform that you can use where you can see what people send you money and the places they send them money to, or, if only there were a decentralized platform where people that would like to help those in need, that they can send money from one place to another, to a medical center, to a charity center, what have you, right? If only. But she didn't have that. And I know that the industry was growing back at the time, but it was not that popular. And so people start criticizing her about the way she spent money. And again, I'm not saying she would leave. I'm just saying that she probably didn't have a burden of being criticized, because she did not spend that money properly. And the third story, I'm being very considerate here. I know you're tired, and I know this is the last day of conference, and nobody really wants to listen to that. So story number 3, about the people and the project. I've been in this industry for 2 years, and I've met a lot of people. And let's be honest, most of them are here for the money. And I understand that. That's okay. That's totally fine. But there are people that are here for the money, but they're using social good to attract attention and to probably build a great profile, eco-friendly, dog-friendly, food-friendly. I've met people that using tokens to help LGBT community. I actually met those people 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas at Block Show, and so I was asking them, how can you help the LGBT community, let's say in Belarus, where again it's not very democratic, and you can't publicly be gay because you would be pursued by law, and I'm not joking. So how would you help them with the token? And they did not have an answer, and that's okay, because they didn't have an answer. I understand that they want to raise money, so what I'm saying is that if you're raising money, be honest about it. Do not use social impact line. If you would like to raise money and to help people, great. If you would like to raise money, just to raise money and help just a little bit of people on the way, that's great, but just be honest about it. I could tell you about the food program that is using blockchain to help the Syrian refugees. I also can tell you about the programs they use in blockchain to help children in Africa. I can tell you about $4 million being donated from Ripple to Ellen DeGeneres to save the monkeys in Africa. I can tell you about Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, spending donations to help. I think he's building an anti-aging campaign or something. So I can tell you about that. But I would like to be honest, because this is who I am. Social impact of blockchain is not all of the things that I just mentioned. Social impact of blockchain is Mark. Social impact of blockchain is you. Social impact of blockchain is me. social impact of blockchain is all of us and everything that we do. So we have the right tools. It's just about the way you use them. And that would be about it. Thank you for listening. I know it's been hard.